won this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Defense showing blitz. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Ohio. Come on, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7.
Come on, let's go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
They'll set up a throw, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down.
Let's go. What? Nine. Ohio.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. They're going to look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go. Over. Leopard. Detroit. Watching that body.
The play clock's running down. Back to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And to give this time to the tailback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'll drop to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Looking to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Taking on the midfield logo. the spin.
Balance.
Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. They come up in an offset eye. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got the size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And they'll run it here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Brief break in the action here. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their big tight end, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good game. And partner, a nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Roughing the pass here, but, Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Muscles him off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Here we go now. Green, 30. Detroit. Gun.
Play clock winding down.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now let's go. Green, Leopard. No, check. Patriot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Here we go. Grand 38.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. Second and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here we go. Black round.
They'll drop to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for the Texans. 52 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
10 yards still left on second down.
Let's go. White 90. Ohio.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
They're going to look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Go!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Second down now after the pass completion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. So everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They come up in an offset eye. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. And the defense bit hard there. They were thinking run all the way, play fake, working to perfection on fourth down.
And it was able to work because of the down and distance situation. Fourth and short, you've got to respect the run. You show a little play action. Oftentimes you find people open for what you need, and that's exactly what they got done there.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Time running out here on the play clock. Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime and ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out come the Steelers. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Steelers a 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd.
Green 39. Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Detroit. Gone.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.